Alright, so here we have a quadratic equation, and we want to fully describe it. So first, the shape is a parabola. The line of symmetry, remember the line of symmetry is what goes halfway through the quadratic, that cuts the quadratic in half. So that always comes from the x value. So that's going to be x equals negative 0.5. It always comes from the x value of the vertex. Alright, so it's opening down. Now asymptotes, a quadratic doesn't have any asymptotes, so we would just say none. Now on a graph that has a line of symmetry, there's probably going to be increasing and decreasing. So remember, we think about our little guy walking on the graph, and as he walks this way, he's going up. So on this side, he is increasing. All right, the little guy walks, and then when he gets to the very, very top, he's not increasing or decreasing. But the minute he steps off to the other side, now what is he doing? He's walking down this way, and he is decreasing. So what's the point that's identifying where we're increasing and decreasing? It's the line of symmetry, right? So we are increasing when we're less than negative 0.5, and we are decreasing when x is greater than negative 0.5. And we don't use the equal sign because at this point we're not doing either increasing or decreasing. So this is going to be when x is less than negative 0.5. This is going to be when x is greater than negative 0.5. Our x-intercepts are where we cross the x-axis, so that's negative 3, 0, and 2, 0. The y-intercept is where we cross the y-axis, so that's this point right here, 0, 12. Alright, the domain is what's happening in this direction. So as this graph goes down, as we go down this way, it's growing out this way, and it'll never stop. It's just going to keep getting bigger and bigger. So this goes to positive infinity in this direction. And then the same thing, as this graph goes this way, it continues to grow out this way. So this is going to negative infinity. So we know that the x value is going to be less than positive infinity and greater than negative infinity. So we write this less than positive infinity and greater than negative infinity. Now, another way we can name this is all real numbers. Sometimes you see the funky looking R that describes it. Now the range is the y values going this way, right? So what's the highest value we're going to have for the y values? It's going to be 12.5, right? And so it can be 12.5 and it's going to be less than. Is it ever going to stop? No. So we would say that the range is going to be y is less than or equal to 12.5. And we use the equal sign because it can be 12.5. Now endpoints are like what we have in a square root function, and there aren't any in a quadratic, so this is none. The maximum point is going to be negative 0.5 comma 12.5. Sometimes we'll say the maximum is y is 12.5. There isn't a minimum, so it's none. It's continuous or discrete. It's continuous because it's a solid line. And then it's a function because we have one input and then one output. It's a 1 to 1. So this is yes. And if you want to write this out, this is continuous.